As soon as I entered the executive cabin, I saw that there were some passengers already there. My hands were tied with nylon rope. Then he pressed the recline button and pushed my seat back. After that, my seat belt was fastened.
Oblivious to what's going on in the passenger cabin, the captain decides to play for time.
I reduced my speed by about 40% because my point was to give maximum time wherever we land, either in Delhi or Amritsar, so that the preparation can be done.
But IC814 is rapidly running out of fuel, and the captain out of options. The hijackers, though, are unrelenting. They will not allow the plane to land on Indian soil. What will it take to break this deadlock? Who will give way? Indian Airlines flight IC814 en route to New Delhi, India from Kathmandu, Nepal, has been taken over by 5 hijackers who have managed to smuggle on board guns, knives and grenades. The hijackers are demanding the pilots fly the aircraft to Lahore, Pakistan. The Pakistani authorities have shut down their airspace and refused permission for the plane to land. With this fuel rapidly running out, Captain Sharon's best bet is to make for the North Indian city of Amritsar, about 50 kilometers east of Lahore. But the hijackers, fearing that Indian security forces will storm the aircraft, do not want it to land in Indian territory.
I really begged for passengers that please let me land, everybody will die. They never wanted to land in Amritsar, so they took about 2-3 minutes. All hijackers were at the back and they had some discussion, and then they came. Then they said, are you sure aircraft will be refueled? I said, yes, it will be refueled, and you please let us land in Amritsar.
The captain's tactics pay off. The hijackers agree to allow the plane to land in Amritsar on the captain's personal guarantee that it will be refueled immediately.
I felt that now we will not take off. I was hoping that we will get some kind of assistance there, and this hijacking will end in Amritsar.
The Indian Crisis Management Group in New Delhi, chaired by Prime Minister Vajpayee, doesn't allow local forces in Amritsar to storm the aircraft, but insists they wait for the National Security Guard, or NSG, India's crack anti-hijacking force, to get to Amritsar from Delhi. This will prove to be a costly mistake.
I got a message from Delhi that the NSG is coming. So we had to wait for them, and till that time we were to keep this aircraft at the Rajasthan airport itself.
Acting on instructions from Delhi, the authorities in Amritsar play for time by delaying the dispatch of the fueling tanker. But the delay is making the hijackers increasingly frantic and belligerent.
Please, send it quickly! Our life is in danger.
The aircraft has been in Amritsar for over half an hour, and there's still no tanker in sight. The hijackers are now convinced that the Indians are getting ready to storm the plane. They want the pilots to get IC814 back in the air. The fact that the tanks are almost empty isn't a consideration. The pilots, though, won't budge.
If we don't give them fuel, they'll start shooting us.
On IC814, the standoff between the pilots and the hijackers is about to be broken, with terrible consequences.
When the pilot didn't take off, all of a sudden, one of the terrorists called Doctor came in, and he stabbed Rupin Katyal in the chest, a number of times.
काफी ज़्यादा अटेम्प्ट कर दिया।
Flight engineer Jagya is sent to check on the hijackers' claims that they've started killing passengers. He's stunned by what he sees.
He came inside, he was shivering. He said, they have killed people. They said, if you will not take off, we will kill everybody now. Enough is enough. You are not taking off. I said, I don't have any fuel.
Now, the hijackers start a deadly countdown. If the aircraft isn't back in the air by the time they count from 30 to 0, they will first shoot the pilots and then kill each of the passengers.
So now I had to take some decision. ATC is not doing anything. I'm not getting any assistance. Bowser is not coming in front of the aeroplane, and nothing is happening.
With no help in sight from Indian security forces, and now realizing the hijackers are serious about carrying out their threats, Captain Sharan decides to take a calculated gamble and make a mad dash for Lahore, Pakistan.
We are all dying now. We are heading towards Lahore.
There's little chance of making it with the fuel he has left on board, but it's the only chance he has left. The Indians, though, have lost the best opportunity they had to storm the aircraft and bring the crisis to an end.
All the time pilots were saying that they don't have any fuel left. So we were very sure that the aircraft would not take off unless and until we refuel the aircraft.
We said to Amritsar that they should have a sniper or sharpshooter go along with the Bowser and shoot at the tires to disable the aircraft. Somehow or the other this didn't happen. There could be many reasons for it, but none that was communicated to us in the crisis management group.
I think the reaction was quite, I would put it, amateur in Delhi. When the first news was heard, surely the NSG should have been put on notice to take off very quickly. Surely there should have been a strategy to end the hijacking.
IC814 is now headed across the border to Lahore, Pakistan, about 50 kilometers from Amritsar. But the Pakistan government does not want the aircraft on its soil. When its threats to shoot down the plane go unheeded, the Pakistan airport authorities switch off all navigation aids and turn off the lights at Lahore airport.
They said, we cannot let you land here, you go anywhere else. They switched off all runway lights, they switched off all navigational aids, even they switched off apron lights also. Finally, my both reserve light came on. I hardly had any fuel left to sustain in the air. Now I had to make some decision. That time, I came down. I came down to see some place where I can put this aeroplane.
With no navigational aids to rely on, the pilots turn the aircraft towards a stretch of bright lights they think is the runway at Lahore. It's only when the aircraft is dangerously close to what they believed was the runway that the pilots realize they've made a serious mistake.
Off! Check up! Road head!